You feel a subtle shift in the air when they speak, a slight unease you dismiss as paranoia. But it's real. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this not as a social flaw, but as a fundamental will to power in its weakest, most insidious form. The manipulator doesn't argue with logic. They weaponize your own empathy, your desire to be good and fair, against you. They speak in a language of unspoken obligations and crafted guilt. So, how do you spot this subtle tyranny in 0.3 seconds? It's not in their words, but in the physiological echo they leave in you. That fleeting tension in your jaw, the slight tightening in your chest. Your body's ancient wisdom is already sounding the alarm, recognizing the poison before your conscious mind can rationalize it away. This is the first clue. This instinctual recoil is your psyche's immune system, identifying a foreign pathogen. Nietzsche called this the slave revolt in morality, where the weak conquer the strong not by force, but by inventing a system of good and evil that pathologizes strength and glorifies victimhood. The modern manipulator is the ultimate inheritor of this revolt. They present themselves as the fragile one, the victim, the one who needs your strength to survive. This inverts the natural order, making you the oppressor for simply having a boundary. Your guilt becomes their currency, your compassion their weapon. But why are we so vulnerable to this? The trap is not in their cunning, but in our own deepest conditioning. We are taught that to be good is to be self-sacrificing. This creates a terrifying vacuum, an identity crisis that the manipulator is all too eager to fill. The unseen consequence is a silent erosion of your soul. You begin to police your own thoughts, preemptively avoiding their disapproval, molding yourself into a smaller, more manageable version to maintain peace. This is what Carl Jung termed the shadow, the parts of yourself you disown to appease another. Your vitality is siphoned to feed their fragile ego. Society often mistakes this self-abandonment for virtue, praising the endless giver. But this cultural conditioning is a hall of mirrors, reflecting a distorted image of morality that serves the manipulator's needs. You are conditioned to see your own strength as a flaw and your depletion as a noble state. This internal conflict creates a neurological storm, anchoring the trauma in your very body, making the cage feel like home. The greatest danger is no longer the manipulator, but the prison you have built for yourself within your own mind. The rebellion begins with a single heretical thought. What if your greatest virtue, your empathy, is the very chain that binds you? Breaking free requires a transvaluation of your values, a Nietzschean shift where you stop seeing the manipulator as a victim and recognize them as a covert tyrant. Your compassion must be redirected inward, becoming a fierce protector of your own spirit. This is not selfishness. It is spiritual self-preservation. Observe the 0.3-second signal, that somatic flare of unease, and honor it as absolute truth. Your body's intelligence is your first line of sovereignty. To rebel is to reclaim your right to exist without apology, to place your own psychological integrity above the manipulator's manufactured drama. This act of defiance shatters their illusion of control. The ultimate truth is this: the manipulator is not a monster, but a mirror. They reflect the parts of yourself you have yet to claim, your unexpressed boundaries, your disowned power, your silent complicity in your own oppression. To spot them instantly is to recognize the faint echo of your own inner slave, the part that still believes it must earn its worth through sacrifice. The final, most powerful realization is that you were never truly trapped by them, but by your own permission. The cage door was always open. Your 0.3-second intuition is the key, a flash of your innate, untamed will to power. Now, the choice is yours, to step back into the familiar prison, or to finally walk free, embracing the terrifying and magnificent responsibility of your own sovereignty. If you've had experiences with manipulators, share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Also, be sure to check out my other videos on psychology and personal development for more tips and insights on how to navigate complex relationships and improve your emotional intelligence.